This is a little video about when I went to Yukon, Oklahoma to leave the state of Oklahoma and Texas to get attention from other states. I wanted to go to California or New York, somewhere where I could get real attention. This occurred in Yukon, Oklahoma on June 6th and June 7th of 2022. Notice today is June 27th, 2024, a whole 2 years later. And you haven't done nothing except lie. So I had my mother drive me to Oklahoma. Well, I drove my mother to Oklahoma City, and I got out of the car, and she took over, and she went home. And I got out right near this area. Actually, it's right here in this parking lot. I got out right here with a loaf of bread and my backpack, and I started walking. And the first thing I did was I walked over to this place right over here. That's about where I got out, and I walked right over here, and I had lunch. And while I had this lunch, I think I had a chili relleno, and I showed the lady what was in my bag because I was carrying a bag with me. And I said, "Look, I want to show you this. All I have in here is stuff for traveling. I have my clothes," and I showed her, and I had a toothbrush, toothpaste, deodorant, and shampoo and soap, and that's all the stuff I had. I had no electronic device, nothing. And I said, "I'm going to tell you, the police are going to make me disappear because the police always make me disappear." And then I left the restaurant and I started walking down the street. I walked all over this downtown area. I went by the police station too. It was over here somewhere, and I was walking by it. And what happened was about 3 or 4 police officers came outside and stood in front of me and just laughed and talked right in front of me, just laughing as I walked by. Instead of helping me, they laughed at me and mocked me as I walked by. Now, they didn't laugh at me and mock me, but it's kind of the same thing. If they walk outside and stand right by where I'm walking just to laugh and talk at each other, instead of saying, "Hey, we're going to help you. We're going to do something about this." They're just laughing at me. They know what they did and they do not care. So I ended up walking, all the way from, this area to, there's a bus station up here somewhere. I walked it. The bus, it's right in this area. The Embark, it's in this area somewhere. And I took the bus over here to the Greyhound station. Greyhound would not help me. They tried to kick me out. They wouldn't give me a ticket for anything. They made me waste about, I don't know, 3 to 4 hours because the guy said, "I can't serve you now. This is for this bus. I can't talk to you about ticket prices for the other one." He wouldn't talk to me. And then he did come back, some 2 hours later, he threatened me. He didn't threaten my life. He said, "If you don't shut up, I'm not going to serve you. I'll kick you out of here. You can't take a bus." That's what he said. He did not want me to get a bus to leave the state. Eventually, he had to talk to me. I had to be real nice. I have to be real nice to everybody, or nobody would do anything for me. And all I was trying to do was ask for a bus ticket and how much the prices were. He wanted to kick me out. He didn't want me to leave the state of Oklahoma. Um, Eventually, I left because I couldn't afford a ticket. Um, and I went up. I rode the city bus up to here, and I sat on the side over here, and I rode the city bus back. There were 3 cops on that bus trying to set me up for something that I did not intend to do. They're trying to set me up. I ended up riding this bus all the way back to the Embark station, which is over here somewhere. And then I started walking all over this area, over in this area. I was walking all over the place over here, trying to, get attention and stuff. Nobody seems to care. You don't seem to care. Um, I ended up going to the Amtrak station. It was getting about dark, and I go inside, and there's nobody there. I can't buy a ticket anywhere. And there's a guy in a pink shirt, and I said something. I said, "You're a cop." He smiled. He goes, "I know who you are," like that. So after that, I got up and I left. And the thing is, he was sitting there with an old man with a pink shirt, and then there was a security guy in there who was a cop. And he just let it keep going. And as soon as I leave, here comes the people. "Oh, we can't sell you a ticket now. You have to use your phone to get a ticket." That's not supposed to be the case. So then I after leaving the Embark station, I started walking down the streets. One guy told me I should find the crisis center so I can find a place to sleep. Nobody wants to help me. They just want to mock me, laugh at me, let me get hurt, let the police injure me. Nobody wants to help. What kind of crooked nation do you have where everybody thinks it's okay to kick a man and just make it worse and worse and worse instead of helping him? When all you got to do is Tell your cops to tell the truth so I can go live my life. So anyway, I walked on all the way down to here. At nighttime, it was dark at this time. I saw people sleeping, on the side outside of a building in one of these areas. Homeless people. There's homeless people all over the place. I walked all the way down. I got some water at this place. There's a gas station. There's a Denny's right here where I ate dinner. Then I walked down through here and I slept behind this Sam's. There's some pallets I slept behind. Pallets behind that Sam's. Now I slept maybe 2, 3 hours, maybe 4 hours, not very long. But I woke up and I left. I left there. I started going down. I had to go through a field and stuff, get onto the highway out here, and I started going down the interstate. And I was on I was headed towards New Mexico and Texas area, but I was on the left side of the road. I was going against traffic, and I came all the way down here, and I crossed here, and I ate in McDonald's. I had some eggs at McDonald's. I walk across the street, and I threw the egg. I started to almost throw up because I got sick because it was so hot. And then I stay in that Flying J. This is the Flying J. And I was getting ready. I got some water, and I started to leave, and I saw lightning in the sky. So I went in, and I asked them, "Can I stay? Because a storm's coming up." And I said, I can wash my clothes, and I did. I washed my clothes twice because I didn't want to take nothing for free. So I washed my clothes twice. Now, the crazy thing about this, on this now, it's already June 7th, 2022. I slept behind this Sam's. I walked all the way down here. I ate here. I went here, and I'm inside this place. The storm hits, and two people show up that I did not expect to see. One, the cop that stole my evidence in Ardmore, Oklahoma. I guarantee it's the same guy that I just saw, a few months ago, right outside of the Hyundai in Ardmore, Oklahoma. He's holding the door open for me, trying to make me strike at him so he could arrest me. Yeah, he walked into that place. How did he find me? At like 8 in the morning, 7 or 8 o'clock in the morning. How did he find me here? Because I slept behind a Sam's with no phone, nothing. No, I had no electronics. Nothing. How did he find me here? Because he walked in with a turquoise and black striped shirt, and he looked upset. And I fled because I didn't feel safe. So I fled in the thunder, lightning, and rain. I fled. The other person that I saw go into this Flying J at that time, that morning, Janet Foster from Lone Grove, Oklahoma. She changed her name because she got married. It was Janet McGuire, and then she got married again to somebody else, I think. I don't know her real last name anymore, but it used to be Janet Foster from Lone Grove, class of 1989. And then this is where that Flying J is. I went down here and I was walking down the tollway, and a highway patrol said, "You can't walk down this." So I said, "Okay, I'll just exit right up here." And I left some change here because it's tollway, so I left some change there because I don't want to take nothing for free. And right as I exit here, people started leaving this church like they're watching me, but nobody will help me. So what happened is I had to walk all over this city all day long till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I started to get really tired. So I needed to find a place to sleep, but I was almost out of money. So I had to call my mother, and I called her from this place using their phone. And said she was going to send me some money so I could stay. She was going to pay for the hotel for me to stay. But I sat there and sat there, and the lady's like, "Well, you can stay here for like 20 minutes," and she never called back. She never called back, so I had to leave, and I went over here to this place, La Quinta Inn, and I was trying to find a place to stay there, and they wouldn't let me use their phone to call. So I walked all the way over here to the Studio Six. I thought it was a Motel Six, but it's a Studio Six, and he wouldn't let me use his phone. He said, "Just walk on down the street up here." He told me to go this direction. There would be a hotel I could find up there. And he's right. You'll find a police officer who'll arrest you. So anyway, what happened was I left there and I started walking north on that road in Yukon. And I get up here and I have to cross the street, and I get some water here. And then I drink some water. Start walking down here to this intersection. There's a cop watching me. And every time I get ready to cross the street, people come up where I can't cross the street. So I had to jaywalk in front of the cop. So anyway, I leave that area, and this is where it gets real interesting because I start walking this way, and I'm looking for a motel to stay in, right? And something happened that Charles Ray from Alcatel, 1998, told me was going to happen to me. He told me exactly what was going to happen. It happened just like he said. And the cops, they're crooked. They were in on it. They know. Now, what's crazy is I saw a Blazer. I don't know if they had a Blazer at the time, a red Blazer. None like it. The same. Another person owns it. They work at this little place up in Denison, Texas, a little restaurant, and that's where cars sitting right outside. They're right by the Schlotzsky's. But I saw her car with her wearing a shirt that I've seen before, and my Aunt Wanda in the passenger seat, and that told me to go up this road. So I started going up this road, and I go up here, I walk around up here, and I kind of get lost up here, and I realize, they're not up here. So I turn around and start coming back out. And as I'm coming back out, two cops meet me somewhere in this area right here, somewhere in this area, and they two cop cars pull up, and I put my hand out, so I start getting on there. They're like, no, no, don't get on grass. No, no, I know what you guys do when you get near me. I don't want you to hurt me again. I'm tired of getting hurt by you guys. And then I told them, what happened. You know what? They just put me in across the center. But the crazy thing, I saw a Dara K, her car, white Camaro with little two white stripes, two silver stripes on it, pull in. No car like hers in anywhere. Sean Ferry Custom did that one. I saw her come by. She saw me as I was talking to the police. She came back, saw them as they were arresting me, and then she drove away. And she didn't help me. I thought somebody was getting ready to tell the truth, and this is June 6th of 2022. Because nobody helped me. Because nobody helped me. Brett Ferry had to spend June 7th all the way up into July, while y'all were popping your fireworks out here. I was stuck inside a mental hospital because nobody wants to tell the truth. They put me in for 30 days on that one, all because Ardmore, Oklahoma knows the truth. You don't want to tell the truth. You'd rather have me put in a mental hospital where you can say I'm crazy when you know you faked my daughter's death in Carter County in the year 2005. So what does it take to get someone to start telling the truth to the world so Brett Finner can go live his life out there instead of having to be harassed by stupid lying police officers that want to cover up their own crimes? What do I got to do to make you tell the truth, crooks?